Welcome to asana practice for the new moon in Cancer. The intention with this practice is to process the energies of the earth and of the universe, the cosmos, that are happening all around us, somatically in our bodies, and to remember that we are the earth, we are the water, we are the cosmos. We are all of it, just here manifested in this body right now. We are not separate. I recommend having a blanket for this short practice so that you can support your body. And also, just remember to listen to your body and all of the poses. And if something's not right, just because I'm saying to do it, listen to your body first. You don't have to do it. You can also, if you're not practicing physically, you can also follow what I'm saying with my words with your mind through your body. So let's begin and just take a moment to close our eyes. Tuning in with the breath. Feeling the breath as it moves through the body. Feeling your sits bones on the earth. And tapping into the fluidity that exists within the body. Cancer rules all of the waters of the body. I think our body is something like 60-ish% composed of water. Honoring how that water nourishes us. Water represents feeling. The moon rules Cancer, and the moon rotates around the earth. Likewise, all of the organ systems of our body that directly connect to the outside world, like our lungs, we breathe in air, our digestive tract, we take in food, our urinary tract, we expel waste products there, and our womb, if you're a woman, we birth babies there, we lose our menstrual blood there, and we receive the lingam there. So, and Cancer is all about protection. You know, the crab has its protective shell around itself. The moon and these waters of the body, these mucous membranes that the moon rules, can be seen as our protection. creating this beautiful, nourishing home inside of our bodies. Continuing observing the breath. And as you inhale next, lift the arms above the head, trying to take the whole inhale to get to the top. Exhaling, arms come down. Inhaling again, arms come up, eyes open slightly. Exhaling, coming down. Inhaling again. This time, the hands meet at the top and stay there as you continue your breath. Inhale the spine long, reaching high, interlacing the fingers so your pointer fingers are pointing at the top. Rolling shoulder blades back and down, lifting the belly button. Inhale, reaching over to the right side, reaching out through your left rib cage, left bottom rib cage. Cancer also rules the rib cage protection. Breathing. Inhaling back to center. Aligning your body again. Inhaling up and exhaling over. Reaching out through that bottom rib. Breathing. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And let's make our way to hands and knees. I have to move the cat. Watch out, kitty. You can move your blanket out of the way for right now. Hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Take a minute to bend the elbows out, roll the shoulders back and down, and then bring the eyes of the elbows facing the front of your mat. Cat-cow, inhaling, drop the bottom of the rib cage, lift the head and hips. Exhaling, lift the bottom of the rib cage, drop the head and hips. Moving with your breath. On your next breath, coming back to neutral. And we're moving into Chakravakasana. I would like for you to watch this pose once first. It's a dynamic pose. So we begin with the same posture that we started, hands and knees for cat-cow. Pushing through the hands, we're going to begin to bring the hips towards the heels, slowly rounding the spine one by one. As soon as your hips get almost to your heels, pull through the hands, bend the elbows, not out, but bend them and pull back. Inhaling, unwinding the spine back to neutral. So, setting up for this pose, hands and knees, hands beneath hips. Hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Once again, bending the elbows out, rolling the shoulders back and down. Eyes of the elbows face the front of the mat. Inhale. exhale, pushing back, moving with your own breath. Inhale, pushing through the feet, pulling through the knees, coming back to neutral. Continuing this for 4 more breaths. At the end of your 4th breath, pause at hands and knees. And then grab your blanket and lay it on your mat so that your blanket, you're going to wear your blanket like a shirt. Your blanket starts at your shoulders and goes all the way down your torso, hopefully below the pubic bone. We'll come into Bhujangasana, coming down to the belly. Hands beneath shoulders. Forehead on the mat. Feet hips distance apart. Elbows in at the torso. Finding your breath rhythm here. Exhaling, tops of the feet into the earth. First time inhaling, head, chest, and hand. Shoulder blades are down the back. Breathing here, belly breath, making sure that the chin is not jutting out. You have a slight engagement at the front of the throat. Breathing. On your exhale, coming down. Next, exhale, pushing tops of the feet into the earth. This time, hands stay on the earth. Inhaling to come up a little bit higher than you did the first time. Breathing. Feeling the support of that belly breath in your body. On your next exhale, coming down. One more time, inhale to come up. You can come the highest this time. Really making sure that your shoulder blades are pulling down the back. You're not really squeezing them together, but you're pulling them down the back. This is for the integrity of the spine in the posture. And you're not shrugging your shoulders up here. Exhaling to come down. Coming up, you can move the blanket out of the way. And coming into downward facing dog. So hands beneath shoulders. I love to do the little bend the elbows out, roll shoulder blades down, eyes of the elbows facing forward. Your hands are wide on the mat. Your whole palm, almost your whole palm, is in contact with the earth. Your fingers are wide. Hands or your feet hips distance apart. Flip the toes. Exhale, lifting the hips back into downward facing dog. You have a micro bend in the knees always. Micro bend in the elbows. The belly is hollow. The heart is open. As you inhale, lift the right foot back. Exhale, right foot comes to outside of right hand. Knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. And then we'll scooch the right hand in a little bit and scooch the right foot in. Bring the left knee down to the mat. So we're doing just a gentle version of lizard pose. You want your foot to be right next to your hand, and you want your knee to be a 90-degree angle. Feeling this opening in the hips. This is the second chakra, and the moon, which rules Cancer, is very related to the second chakra. Cancer as well. Our womb center is here, which is our first home, and it's a very watery center of the body, so it all relates to Cancer. This is also like our emotional body. The second chakra is I feel. Cancer is very much about feelings and emotions. Breathing, always remembering your breath. If you want, you can lift the back knee up, but keeping just the hands on the earth, not bringing the elbows down to the earth. Let's scooch the right foot out and the right hand out, so set up for downward facing dog. Lifting right leg back and bringing it down. Same on the opposite side. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhaling, bringing it to the outside of left hand, and then scooching left foot and left hand in just slightly. Right knee comes down to the earth. Honoring this watery center, energy center of the body. Honoring the movement that our hips bring into our body. Breathing. Lifting back knee if you'd like. And then scooching left foot out, left hand out. Inhaling, left leg back. Downward facing dog. Exhale, tiptoe feet to meet the hands. Inhale, coming up to half lift, extending the spine, supporting yourself with the torso. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push through the feet, arms come wide, come up to standing. Exhale, hands at heart center. So we're coming in to Garudasana, eagle pose. We'll come into chair first, actually. So feet beneath hips, grounding through the feet, lifting up through the perineum, this place in between the genitals and the anus. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, sit back for chair. So you want a neutral tilt in your pelvis for chair. You don't want to be over tilting or under tilting, just neutral. Knees are behind toes. Inhale to come up. Exhale, hands through heart center. So Garudasana. In this posture, we're focusing on these centers, the second chakra center and the third eye chakra center, which also has correspondences to the moon. But here in Garudasana, it's our concentration, it's our focus, it's our drishti, which is our gazing point, and the third chakra is I see. Inhaling, lift arms. Exhale, sit for chair, arms come to cactus arms. Grounding through the right foot. Lifting left foot up and over. Crossing the knees. Making sure that your bottom knee is not coming over your front toe. You can use your top foot as a kickstand, like this. Or you can sit back, you can wrap the foot around. Find your drishti. And then you can incorporate the arms if you would like to continue into the pose, bringing the elbows together, right arm on top of left elbow, excuse me. So we're top arm, opposite leg is on top. Finding your support in the torso. Inhaling, lifting the arms, hands. Exhale, bringing them down. And now here, our gaze is also forced inward because our arms are in front of our drishti. Inhaling to unwind. Exhale, arms come down. Opposite side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair, cactus arms. Grounding through left foot. Inhaling, right leg over. Remember, kickstand. If this is where you're at, this is your eagle, and this is beautiful. If you would like to continue, wrap the top leg. And bring arms together. Left arm on top this time. Remember, opposite arm, opposite leg. Always staying with your breath. Inhaling to unwind. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Take a moment and notice how you feel. So turning the feet out slightly. I like to bring mine a little bit wider than my hips. We're going into Malasana, the squat. You can also bring a blanket beneath your heels for extra support. Just making sure that your knees are pointing in the same direction as your toes. When we exhale and squat. Breathing here. Dropping into the second chakra, Svadhisthana. Our first home. Either closing the eyes or half closing the eyes. Our attention is moving inward. And making your way back to the back. For Apanasana, feet on the earth, knees are bent, shoulder blades flat on the earth. Bringing knees into chest. So in this posture, bring your hands to your knees. Your fingers are facing toes. And your hands stay here the whole time. We're going to bend our elbows and move our hips, but the hands always stay fingers facing toes on the knees. So as you inhale, knees come wide, elbows are still bent. Extend the elbows, knees come away from you towards your feet. Exhale, knees together, elbows bend, knees into chest. Continuing like this, inhaling knees out, extending elbows. Exhaling, knees come together, elbows bend, knees into chest. Continuing. And when you make it to your chest next, just pause and breathe. Coming into plow pose. If you know plow pose, and if you're not on your moon time, if you're not bleeding right now, if you are bleeding, then I want you to just bring your knee or your feet to the outsides of your mat and your knees together, hands on the womb. Or if you'd like to just choose this posture rather than plow pose, just as a resting posture. You can also just leave your knees wide if that feels better. And if you'd like to take plow pose, bring your knees back into your chest. Your elbows are bent. The tops of the arms are on the earth. Please do not move your neck in this pose. Your gaze is just facing forward. So straighten the legs. And as you inhale, push through the tops of the arms, lifting the hips to bring the feet over the head to the earth. You can support your back, low back with your hands. Or you can have hands
on the mat, palms facing down. So we're lifting through the hips, breathing. And then bringing your hands to ankles, coming down, taking a moment to balance on the upper back if possible. And coming all the way down, setting up for Shavasana. We'll just take a really short Shavasana here for our shorter practice. So, getting comfortable on your mat, your feet come wide, wider than your hips, and let the feet turn outward. The torso is calm, the shoulder blades are flat on the mat. The eyes are closed. Let's all take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Releasing any tension, whether it be physical or emotional. Our mats are a safe place to do that. When you're ready, begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Make your way over to the fetal position on your right side. And making your way up to seated. If you have a blanket, sit on the blanket. One of the reasons we use the blanket is to raise the hips so that our hip flexors can relax. And my teacher taught me that our mind can't relax if the hip flexors are tense. So hip flexors relaxed mind able to relax. And as we are here, we will just focus on the breath for a few breaths. If you know Ujjayi breathing, do that here. If you don't know it, you're breathing through the space in the back of your throat, like if you were fogging up a mirror. That space that you feel when you breathe out, you're breathing in and out through that space. And just letting the breath be free. If you would like, you can make the exhale longer than your inhale. That's going to bring the energy down. It's going to bring more calming to the nervous system, to the whole body. and working on breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Finish the breath cycle that you're on and take one more full breath cycle. Eyes stay closed. We're honoring this inward energy of Cancer season and of the new moon in Cancer by bringing our attention inward. Honoring these second and sixth chakras that we've worked with today in our practice. I feel, I see, and the sixth chakra can also be I see inwardly, I self-reflect clearly, I perceive. Bringing hands to heart center. We honor and recognize the light in ourselves, the light in each other, and the light in all that surrounds us. Namaste. Blessed new moon in Cancer. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like or a share this video, and come back for more yoga during the next astrological season, new moon time.